All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you all how I do my fried okra. I have some frozen okra here, and it's from Kroger, and I have about half a bag, and I'm the only one that really eats okra. Nobody else really eats it. So I have about half a bag here, and I normally will allow this to sit out and defrost. Because I want it to be relatively, kind of like slimy, so I want it to be defrosted. So that way the seasonings and everything adhere better when it's, kind of in the slimy stage. So I'm going to use, some Tony Chachere's for seasoning, and that's it. I'm not going to put any other seasoning. And I tend to over season it just because I like really spicy okra. So you don't have to put as much on yours as I did, okay? And you see how the seasoning is kind of like adhesing to it a little bit better when it's in this slimy stage. And then your breading is also going to adhese as well when it's in this defrosted kind of slimy stage. So anyway, so that's my Tony's that I'm going to put on there. And I'm going to get a separate spoon because I'm going to spoon out. Well, I might not. I may just pour some. But I'm going to use a little bit of cornstarch on the okra. And the cornstarch is going to help it when it's, the breading and everything to really have a nice crunch. Okay. So I'm going to get that. You see that? And so, and then next I'm going to put a little bit of flour on here. Okay, and I'm just using like just some cheap flour. It's not expensive flour at all. Okay, you see that? And then I'm gonna put some yellow meal. I normally prefer to use white meal for my fried okra. I don't have any, so I'm just going to use some yellow meal, and let me pull it out of the bag because I keep my meal in the refrigerator. So let's see. But this is the meal I'm going to be using. Okay. And I like the white meal because it's more fine. It's more pulverized, it's more of a pulverized kind of meal. It's more fine. It's more like a flour, but it's a meal. So I prefer prefer white meal when I'm mealing my my okra. But I just have yellow, so I'm just going to use that. That's why I use some flour. Normally I wouldn't use any flour with my okra. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is allow this okra to sit for a little bit with this meal, cornstarch, and flour mixture on it, and allow it to kind of like soak up and absorb the meal. I'm going to add a little bit more meal. Kind of like, it's the same thing that I do with chicken too. If I'm going to fry it, I'll allow the chicken to absorb some of the flour for a little bit before dropping it in the grease, because it just seems to adhese a little bit better because it's kind of soaked in the moisture and everything, and it just, to me, it fries better. And I know that's what they do at chicken restaurants too. They let the chicken kind of sit in that in whatever kind of breading it is, not for a long period of time, but maybe about 3 to 5 minutes or so. Okay, so anyway, so there we go. And then I will bring you all back in about 3 to 5 minutes after this has, been able to sit. And I may put some more meal on it before dropping it in the grease. But I'll bring you all back in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use some Crisco vegetable shortening for the fried okra. It's a pot I use specifically to fry stuff in, so... All right, so I've got that shortening added, and it's not going to take it long to melt. And I've got this on pretty high heat because fried okra, when it hits the grease, you want it to go ahead and start frying. I don't want it to burn or anything, so it's not on high heat where it's going to burn. But, you just don't want it to fry slow. Okay, y'all. And so I haven't looked at the okra. I went longer than 3 to 5 minutes. I think it's been about 30 minutes. I had to go pick up my dog from daycare. So, and forgot I was gonna have to go pick him up. So let me look at it and see what, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more meal on this. It's been sitting for a minute. I don't know. Let me just check it out real quick. I might leave it like it is. Because I have a feeling when I put that meal on there, it's going to spread out. But we'll just see. We'll see what happens. I'll be going to do. Let me see. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on there and mix that in. And then I'm going to drop it in the grease. Instead of the meal, I'm just going to do some flour. Because I have a feeling with that yellow meal, if I put it on there right now, all it's going to do is just like spread out in the grease. So here, just to see if it's ready. Okay, yeah, it's ready. See how it sizzled like that? So it lets me know it's ready. I'm going to go in and kind of break it apart too, so it's not so clumped together. All right, y'all, so this is done. And I like my fried okra a little dark, so that's just me. You don't have to leave yours in as long as I did if you like it more light. Okay, and so there it is. And then I'm gonna drop some more. This batch, I put some more meal on there, some yellow meal. And so I'm gonna drop that too. Okay. I'm gonna taste some because it looks so good. Well, all right, so this is ready too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this taken out and get this plated up and show you all what it looks like. All right, guys, so this is the final result of the fried okra. I've got it all plated up, and it's, been fried to a crisp golden brown. And I did taste some on camera. It had a beautiful, wonderful crunch, along with the seasonings from the Tony Sacheries. It just makes it really spicy, really good. So I invite you to, to make some fried okra if you love okra. And I will see you all back here at 234 in La Casa for another interview, another episode soon. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what your favorite Southern side dish is. I'd love to make it on the channel. See y'all later and have a really beautiful day.